Will the Morgan Hill and Gilroy market crash just like 2008? Well, the answer is going to surprise you. There's been a lot of talk lately about the 2008 crash and how history is going to repeat itself. As a matter of fact, Goldman Sachs just came out with an article recently talking about some top markets in California that are going to have 2008-like housing crashes. This area actually happens to be one of them, so we're gonna dive into the data and see what we can figure out. If we haven't met before, my name is Christa Nielsen with Real Broker, and welcome to my channel. Let's dive right in. We're going to compare housing prices month over month from December 2022 to January 2023 in Morgan Hill. We'll also be looking at Gilroy separately, so stick with me to the end of this video. In December of 2022, we saw a median home price of $1,337,000, whereas in January of 2023, we saw a median price point of $1,383,000. Now, just in 1 month, that's a 3.4% increase. Definitely a sign that things are headed in the right direction. Now, those were just single family home numbers, so let's look at condos and townhomes and really take this with a grain of salt because only 3 homes in this space sold in January and in December. Median condo and townhome price for the month of December was $924,000, whereas in January of 2023, the median home price was $919,000. So looking at the numbers year over year, in January of 2022, we had 39 homes sold in the city of Morgan Hill, whereas in January of 2023, we only had 12 homes sell. Now, this is all encompassing of condos, townhomes, single family homes, all residential housing, and only 12 homes sold. So this is definitely not looking great. As far as the active amount of homes that were on the market in January of 2022, so 1 year ago, we saw 32 active homes, whereas January of this last year, AKA last month, we had 52 active homes. So we can still definitely feel a pullback in this area. There are less homes selling and less on the market to choose from. This is becoming a major issue for a lot of buyers. I know personally, there's just not a lot of inventory, and the homes that are sitting on the market are typically the less desirable ones. Homes that are priced correctly and marketed correctly are still selling within 7 to 10 days. So this is definitely an excellent sign, and as inventory starts picking up, typically it's after the Super Bowl, so we're in that space right now. The hope is more inventory is going to come on the market, more buyers will come back and actually be able to find a home. Now, days on market trend is something else that I always look at in these reports. Month over month, there's been no change. The average days on market are still 48 days. Days on market basically means from the day that the home went on the market all the way until it falls into contract. The next point that I always like to bring up is how much homes are selling for compared to how much they're listed for. So going back 1 month to December of 2022, homes sold for 94.7% of their list price, whereas in January of 2023, homes are selling for 96.9% of their list price. So this is showing that homes are starting to sell a little bit closer to what they're listed for. Although I don't have a crystal ball, I will say based on the data that we have and based on what I'm seeing with boots on the ground, that the market is starting to pick up. We just need homes to actually be on the market to purchase for these buyers. Now let's jump about 15 minutes south in Gilroy, California. Month over month home prices in December of 2022, we saw a median home price of $1,134,500, whereas in January of 2023, we saw a median price of $1,033,000. So seasonally, this is very, very typical because what we see in our January data is actually what went into contract in December. So we're about 30 days behind what the active current data will look like. So I'm always wanting to look forward. I'm very excited to see the February numbers because that's going to give us a better picture of what this spring market's going to look like. Now, looking at year-over-year numbers in Gilroy for active and sold homes, in January of 2022, there were 27 homes sold, whereas in January of 2023, we had 21 homes sold. So those numbers are still pretty close, where I don't have concern about either. As far as active homes on the market, in January of 2022, 36 homes were actively on the market, whereas this past month, 57 homes were on the market. So definitely slight increase in inventory, but this is still within the normal range. In a normal market, anytime between 2016, let's say, to 2019, we saw anywhere from 50 to 100 active homes on the market at any given time. We are still seeing way more negotiations on homes. It's giving buyers a ton of opportunity. Of course, interest rates go right into if someone is going to be buying a home and their affordability, especially in the Bay Area. But as interest rates steadily stay around 6%, buyers are coming back in with a little bit more confidence that this is going to be the way of the future. Of course, we need to look at days on market in Gilroy as well. The average days on market for the month of December versus January. December, we had 40 days on market, and in January, we had 32 days on the market. So definitely an improvement. It's taking just over a week faster to sell a home in today's market. Homes are also selling for 99.1% of the list price in Gilroy, whereas in the previous month, it was down by about 2%. So are we going to see a 2008 crash? The answer is likely no, and based on the data, which is what I will always rely upon, it looks to be a healthier market than it was in 2008. Financing options were very different, inventory was incredibly different, and employment numbers were outrageously different as well. Matter of fact, in 2008, Morgan Hill and Gilroy had a combined inventory of over 1,000 active homes on the market. We currently have a tenth of the inventory that we saw in 2008. And on top of that, seeing what the buyer activity is currently in today's market in February of 2023, I am not concerned about revisiting 2008 again now. With all of that said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content just like this. And if you're thinking about moving to this area or anywhere in California, definitely text us at the info below. Once again, my name is Christa Nielsen, and I will see you soon.